Joe, what do you got for us?
There's a pretty significant document that's going to be released soon to all Victorian clubs that I thought I'd just, start the conversation this morning.
Are you teasing? Are you teasing a topic?
There are a few murmurs around, so people are aware of this document. If you aren't aware of it, it's called the Equal Opportunity in Golf document. It's been put together by Golf Victoria with the support of Golf Australia and the Victorian Equal Opportunity and Human Rights Commission. And it's basically a guide for club committees to consider how they will prevent discrimination moving forwards. It's a really, really interesting read. It will start the conversation at a club level. It addresses, in terms of discrimination, we look at gender, race, religion. Specifically, It looks more so on gender, because put bluntly, there are clubs out there that are breaking the Equal Opportunity Act in terms of playing rights and opportunities for senior leadership roles for women. So it's a really, really interesting opportunity for the industry. Put bluntly, there are a couple of clubs that are breaking the law, but optimistically, because I'm a very positive person, I see it as an opportunity for the industry.
Well, I don't know, don't want to flesh it out too much here because we'll have a longer conversation about it on Inside the Ropes in the coming weeks, but are they aware, or is it just things that have been done like this forever and things haven't changed?
Exactly. There are some great clubs, particularly in regional areas.
So Ballarat Golf Club is really onto this, aren't they?
Ballarat Golf Club are already onto this. So they've got a task force that are actively looking at, they have already opened up Saturday timesheets, which has traditionally been a men's competition day.
Yep.
So now that's open for men and women, about 220 spots. Traditionally there were only 20 spots allocated for the women. Now it's open slather. And they've also actively sort of looking for women who might be interested in joining their boards and their committees in those leadership capacities. So that's really terrific to hear. Without seeing this document that Golf Victoria have been putting together, they've got some great things in the pipeworks.
And what about competition play? Because there's been a lot of talk in the last couple of years about professionals playing in things like pennant or board events. Now, in Victoria, for instance, pros can now... I went to the pennant finals of Victorian Metropolitan Pennant this year, and both sides had some pros in it, and the amateurs played up against the pros, and it was great. They obviously play off their own handicap. But what about club championships and stuff like that, Joe? Because a pro, generally speaking, can't play in a club championship, can they?
Yeah, and again, that's a traditional...
And would that be considered discrimination against that person?
It is something that clubs will have to consider, and it is detailed in the report. Mike Clayton is all over this one, and essentially... as a member, they earn the right to partake in club competitions. So that'll be I'm really looking forward to this document being released. I'm going to bring it on. In my role, I'm going to be working with clubs to make sure that, constitutionally they support these sort of things. And I think it's really important that golf remains relevant.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we are in the 21st century now, and it's... this is our time to jump on board. With
Ballarat Half and Joe, the press release that they put out, a couple of months ago, they've had, in 125 years, they've only had 4 female board members. They've got 71 junior boys on their list, players, and only 9 junior girls. So that they've just looked at this and they've gone, hang on, what's wrong here? There's something wrong. Yeah. So they're trying to do something about it, and this document is kind of an adjunct to that. And
even further to that, and if you think purely coldly from a financial perspective, you double your market. If you expand your market and get some revenue into your golf club, and how difficult that has been for golf clubs in recent times.
I've always said we talk about in golf about getting people and growing the game and getting more people to play the game. The great upside is women, potential upside, because it's only club members in Australia, it's about 20%, and it's a bit too low.